everyone, hope you're doing well. Welcome back to my channel. So it's been a while since I've really sat down and done a sit down video for you guys. The past few weeks, probably the last month, has really been focused around Vietnam. I was away in Vietnam, and then my last kind of 2 weeks was all around my vlog from Vietnam. So I really hope you guys enjoyed it. Please go and check it out if you haven't already. I'll put the link down in the description below. But today is going to be back to kind of beauty and skincare being the real focus of this video today. I didn't want to do a classic get unready with me because the lighting in my bathroom is really bad, and the whole kind of having like warm water here and taking my makeup off just felt a bit unnecessary, a bit messy. So I hope you forgive me. In fact, I'm just going to keep my makeup on. I'm just going to talk through the different steps that I use, maybe with a few cutaways to show you what the products actually look like. So for you guys to know, I have normal to oily skin. So I have normal kind of forehead and cheeks, but my T-zone is really oily. So all of these products, some of which these products, anybody can use it, it's for everybody, but some of them is more just for normal to oily skin as well. So let's just get straight into it, and I'll just take you through step by step what I do. But before I do, I just want to have one more quick disclaimer. There is a lot of stuff in here. There are a lot of steps in here, some of which there's one or two that I don't do every day, some of which are more kind of anti-aging prevention, which you don't have to do. I highly recommend that you do. Prevention is cheaper than the cure. You don't have to do all of these steps. So you can pick and choose your own kind of evening skincare routine to what suits your budget, your time that you want to spend in the bathroom taking off your makeup every day, or not your makeup, just generally cleaning your face every day. So let's just start from the very beginning. Why do I do this? I feel like every time I want to do transition, I kind of like point and click. Why can't I just say, and here we go. So my first step is to take off my makeup. So obviously if I'm not having a makeup heavy day, or if I'm, not wearing any makeup that day, then I don't do this step, but it's the Garnier Micellar water that is my very first step. So this is for normal to sensitive skin. So I think this was the first one they ever came out with, the pink one. They do have lots of different variations now, which I haven't tried to be honest, but this is the first, the original, probably the best, but it really helps just lift off all those dirt and impurities as well as makeup. It's for any skin type, so kind of normal, dry, oily skin. This will really help kind of take up all of that makeup. And the best part of this is no rinsing. So once you've done it, it'll just kind of dry very naturally, so you don't need to wash it off. So this is particularly good if you're traveling and you don't want to take, loads of flannels and all sorts of stuff. So this will be my first step. If you've got particularly heavy makeup day, which I do a lot of days, then I will go in for a second rinse of second cleanse with the, which way around is it? Here we go. The Clinique Take Your Day Off Cleansing Balm. Now this is a really, good things about both of these products is they're fragrance free. So really great for those sensitive skin. Again, all skin types can use this, but as you can see, it's like a balm consistency, like it's really silky smooth and soft, and basically you just put a tiny bit into your hands, rub it together and warm it up, and kind of really layer it on your face. This is really good at taking off some mascara, really heavy makeup, lipstick, kind of really strong lipstick, kind of bold lipstick. This would be brilliant in taking those off. So basically with these two things, depending on how much makeup I'm wearing that day, if at all, I'll use a combination of one or two of these different things to take up all my makeup. Why do I keep saying make up off? And then I go in with my cleanser. Now I have two different options that I use, frankly, depending on the time of year. So the one that I've been using the most often is this one from Kiehl's. So this is the Kiehl's, what's it called? Calendula Deep Cleansing Foaming Face Wash. So this has got Calendula flower extract. I don't know what that is, but I spoke to the lady in the shop, and this is also for normal to oily skin. So what's really good about all the Kiehl's products is that it labels your skin type on the bottle, and all the ladies in the counters and gents in the counters are really good at recommending the right product for your skin type. But it's like a gel, and it formulates into a really nice kind of foaming. It's got no soap and no sulfates in it, so it's a really nice natural product. It has maybe a tiny No, I think this is also fragrance free, which is really good for skincare. So I personally like a really deep cleanser. However, I did find that during the really horrible kind of wintry weathers we were getting in Aarhus, I needed something that was a bit better for dry skin. My skin changes as the year goes on, so I actually swapped to the Liz Earle Cleanse and Polish, which I've talked about in monthly favorites before. This is a really beautiful cleanser that's got, I think it's got like shea butter in it and cocoa butter, chamomile, rosemary, so just really beautiful ingredients that just kind of cleanses the skin but in a really soft way and doesn't really strip the skin. Whereas this one kind of is a little bit more deep cleansing, so it's a bit more drying. So I kind of swap between the two at the moment, depending on the weather and depending on what my skin's doing at the moment. So those would be what I do to do my cleanse. So my next step in my skincare routine is an exfoliator, and I don't do this every day. So this is the Dermalogica Daily Micro Exfoliant. So this is a really interesting exfoliator. I've never come across a product like this before, but essentially it's a powder. So you basically put it in, you pour it into wet hands, kind of rub your hands together, and then it creates like a lather, and then you lather, that's very posh, lather, depending on whereabouts in the UK you're from, and then kind of rub that into your skin, and you can feel the tiny little beads like really kind of exfoliating your skin, but I find a lot of exfoliants quite rough, especially if you've got really sensitive skin, but this is beautiful. Your skin feels cleaner, brighter, your pores feel like they've been completely stripped of all of that really horrible muck and gurk. It's good for blackheads. I get a lot of blackheads, so it's really good for that. It's also got salicylic acid in it, which is a really good ingredient for spot treatment and kind of for cleansing out those pores. So it's also got brightening complex, white tea, licorice. So it's got some really great natural ingredients in here as well. So this is an expensive product, but it lasts a super long time. I don't use, it says daily microfoliant, but I don't use it every day. I use it maybe a couple times a week, or if I'm feeling kind of particularly congested. It's one of those products for your skin which you see an instant difference. There's not many that you noticeably see a visible difference in your skin once you use a product. Sometimes it takes time. This one you see instant results. It's expensive, but I think it's bloody worth it. So best exfoliator. I will not buy anything else. This is what I have. This is a, you know, classic beauty guru thing, ride or die, holy grail, skincare thing. So next I'm going to talk about the different serums that I use. So if you've seen my review of The Ordinary, I'll link it down below. I am a huge fan of that brand. They have really solid, amazing ingredients that have proof that they work in terms of skincare. So I'm not going to go into the kind of sciencey side and what The Ordinary are today, but just talk about through kind of what I do in my usual skincare routine and in what order I do them in. So the first one is hyaluronic acid from The Ordinary. Hyaluronic acid 2% plus B5. So hyaluronic acid is something that our bodies already produce anyway, but this is a really concentrated version of it to really get below the surface of your skin hydration. A lot of products that you might use will just do the kind of the surface in terms of hydration. Hyaluronic acid will really go underneath the different layers of skin in order to help with hydration. It's a natural product, it's cruelty and vegan friendly. This will make you look younger, plumper, and just generally have really great things for your skin. I've noticed a difference since I've started using it. I'm also getting older, so that kind of look is definitely what I'm going for. So that goes on first, just literally just a couple of drops all over the face. And then I go in, this is my anti-aging products that I'm using. I'm not into retinoids yet, but I think next time I do a skincare haul from The Ordinary or trying a few new things, I'm definitely going to start getting into retinoids for anti-aging. But in the meantime, I've been using Buffet. So basically this is an anti-aging concoction of lots of different ingredients. I'm not going to go through the science behind it because there's loads of information on their website, but there's loads of, I can't even remember some of the names of it. Amino acid, I've got my notes in front of me, like amino acids, various different complexes. This has got hyaluronic acid in it as well. It just says multi-technology peptide serum. So this is just great for anti-aging. I'm starting to think about it. I'm gonna be 30 next year. So, you know, just a couple of drops on this a night. If it helps me look good in another 10 years time, then I am all for it. And the next one that I go in with is a complicated one to say. So this is niacinamide 10% plus zinc 1%. So this was recommended to me when I went into the store in The Ordinary. And basically the guy was saying that if you have kind of blemishes or kind of blackhead, prone skin, which I do all the time. It's not a treatment for acne. Let me just make that really, really clear. I don't have acne. So if you want something that's more kind of for acne prone skin, then definitely look elsewhere. The Ordinary have got some really good products for that as well. So you can definitely find what's good for you. But this for more is just like a couple of blemishes, couple of spots, blackheads, you know, nothing crazy, nothing major, but it'll just really help kind of clean them out. The guy was telling me that the serum really kind of gets into your pores and kind of strips them out from the inside. So this is a regular part of my routine as well, and this is in the order that I'm doing them in as well. The last serum that I use is the Caffeine Solution number 5 plus EGCG, which I don't know what that means, but effectively I put this just here under my under eyes, and it's really good for puffiness and dark circles. I do have dark circle eyes, especially if you're tired, traveling, just having a bit of a stressful week. Just pop a little bit into the corner here on each side, and then it really, really does make a difference. I think I even said in my Ordinary review that I actually, when I started using this, I forgot to put on concealer because it had really done that much of a difference to my dark circles. And so the last serum that I'll use, and again, I only use this if I need it, is a Salicylic acid serum. So I use this as a spot treatment. If I've got a particular spot that I just want to try and really dry up and get rid of, then I'll just pop a little bit of this on right at the end of all those different serums, and it really dries it up. That's the sound that my face makes when it's drying up spots. And I put that on as an overnight treatment, and then in the morning it's significantly improved. So definitely recommend that. So the final kind of couple of steps for my skincare, evening skincare routine, obviously has to be a moisturizer, and that's how to finish the whole kind of skin look. So I like to use a really thick moisturizer at night just to get as much kind of moisturization and hydration as possible. Sometimes I'll use my my Origins, what's it called, Thirst Quench overnight mask, or another thick moisturizer. What I'm using at the moment is the Dr. Jart Ceramidin, whatever it is. The Dr. Jart moisturizer. This is a sample size that I got from Sephora. It's a really beautiful, really thick moisturizer, and it smells really good. But not too over fragrance, which is really important for a moisturizer. So I'll just kind of plaster that on, lay it all over so that it just feels like I look like a little bit of a greaseball when I go to bed, because there's just so much product on my face. I mean, the serums aren't wet, they're wet when they go on, but they sink in very quickly. So it's just the moisturizer that you feel is kind of left on your face. I chop and change between moisturizers all the time because I'm constantly getting different samples. I've used the Origins ones before that are really, really good. This Dr. Jart one is really lovely. Clinique have got some really great moisturizers as well. To be honest, as long as you're using one that's right for your skin, if you want one that's more for dry skin or oily skin or combination skin, all of those options are available. I'll put a couple of ideas in the description box below. Lastly, lip balm, overnight lip treatment. I'm using the Dr. Paw Paw one at the moment. This is a multi-purpose soothing balm. I used it the entire time I was in Vietnam and just had really great, lovely kind of lips the whole time. Didn't feel like they were drying or anything. So definitely kind of slather it all on at night, and then my lips feel like really nice and juicy and plump when I wake up in the mornings, which is really, really nice. The real focus of any good skincare routine is consistency. So even if I've been out at like 4 in the morning and I'm absolutely wasted, I still come back and take my makeup off properly and cleanse and put moisturizer on as a minimum. I have done my full skincare routine absolutely wasted as well though, so it is doable. And I personally like it in the evenings because that's kind of my time to wind down. I'll put an audiobook on, I'll maybe have a cup of tea, and I like taking it slow. It's kind of my wind down time before I go to bed. My morning skincare is a lot quicker, and I can happily talk about that another time. So I really hope you liked this video. Please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel below. You can also follow me on Instagram, and it will be down here so for you to have a look at, where you can kind of see new content from me. And yeah, please come back again. Thanks very much, guys. Hope you liked it. Bye.